First Contact, The Silent Invasion. Admiral James Harrison stood at the observation deck of the International Space Station, his eyes fixed on the strange anomaly that had appeared near Jupiter 3 days ago. The shimmer wasn't visible to the naked eye, but the station's advanced sensors had detected unprecedented gravitational fluctuations in that region of space. "Admiral, we're picking up something new." Lieutenant Riya Patel's voice crackled through the comm system. "The energy signature. It's moving. Heading straight for Earth." Harrison's jaw tightened. After 30 years in Space Command, he'd seen his share of unusual phenomena, but nothing like this. The world's governments had managed to keep the anomaly secret from the public, but he knew that wouldn't last long. In the depths of the Atacama Desert, Dr. Isabella Reyes couldn't tear her eyes away from the data streaming across her monitors. The radio telescope array was picking up patterns that defied explanation. Systematic, repeated sequences that couldn't be natural. "Director Walsh," she called, her voice steady despite her racing heart. "I think we need to declare First Contact protocol." The next 48 hours transformed human history. The visitors called themselves the Nyraxians, an advanced species from a distant galaxy. They didn't arrive in massive ships or with weapons of war. Instead, they appeared as translucent, ethereal beings that could manifest anywhere on Earth. Their leader, who took the name Ambassador Zix, requested an audience with the United Nations. The world watched as the crystalline entity floated before the General Assembly, its form shifting like smoke in the wind. "We come not to conquer or colonize." Zix's thoughts resonated directly in the minds of all present. "We come because you have achieved something unprecedented. You have survived." The confusion in the assembly was palpable. Survived what? Humanity had faced its share of challenges, but nothing that would warrant such attention from an advanced civilization. "Your planet," Zix continued, "exists in a state that should be impossible. We have observed countless worlds across the cosmos, yet Earth alone remains untouched by the great filters that destroy civilizations. We believed it was chance, but now we know better." As Zix spoke, satellites around the world began detecting unusual energy patterns emanating from deep within the Earth's core. Something was awakening, responding to the Nyraxians' presence. Dr. Reyes, now working with a global team of scientists, discovered that the energy signatures matched ancient petroglyphs found on every continent. The symbols had been dismissed as primitive art, but now they appeared to be part of a vast network, a message left by someone, or something, long ago. The Nyraxians revealed that they weren't the first to discover Earth's unique status. Other civilizations had attempted to study, infiltrate, or conquer the planet throughout history. Yet each time, something had stopped them. Not through force or violence, but through an incomprehensible power that simply made their technology fail, their ships disappear, or their weapons turn to dust. "We've spent millennia trying to understand," Zix explained. "Your planet is protected, but not by any force we recognize. It predates our civilization, perhaps even the universe itself." As if in response to these words, the energy readings from Earth's core spiked dramatically. Around the world, ancient sites began to pulse with a soft, blue light. The Great Pyramid, Stonehenge, the Nazca Lines, they weren't just monuments. They were nodes in a vast network that had laid dormant for thousands of years. Admiral Harrison watched from the space station as patterns of light spread across the Earth's surface, visible even from orbit. The Nyraxians showed signs of distress, their ethereal forms flickering erratically. "It's happening again." Zix's thoughts carried a note of urgency. "The shield. It's responding to our presence. We must leave, or—" Before he could finish, every Nyraxian simultaneously vanished. The energy readings returned to normal. The lights faded, and Earth fell silent once more. But humanity had changed forever. We weren't alone in the universe, and more importantly, something had been protecting us all along. In the aftermath, Dr. Reyes discovered that the Nyraxians had left behind vast amounts of data, star charts, historical records, and scientific observations of Earth. As she began to decode this information, one thing became clear. This wasn't the end of the story. It was just the beginning of humanity's journey to understand its true place in the cosmos. The hidden shield. In the months following the Niraxians' abrupt departure, humanity grappled with its new reality. Dr. Rice led an international team of scientists studying the alien data, working tirelessly to understand the nature of Earth's mysterious protection. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, in a research facility built specifically for this purpose, they made their first breakthrough. The facility's quantum sensors detected a pattern in the planet's electromagnetic field, not random fluctuations, but a coherent signal pulsing in perfect harmony with the Earth's rotation. "It's like a heartbeat," Dr. Rice explained to the UN Security Council. "But it's not natural. Someone, or something, engineered this field billions of years ago, before life even existed on Earth." Their research revealed that the field wasn't just a shield. It was a living entity, a consciousness that had merged with the planet itself. The ancient sites that had lit up during the Niraxian visit weren't just nodes. They were synapses in a planetary nervous system. Admiral Harrison, now heading Earth's new planetary defense initiative, worked closely with Dr. Rice's team. They discovered that the shield didn't just protect Earth from physical threats. It actively shaped the course of human evolution, subtly guiding our development while maintaining the illusion of complete free will. The implications were staggering. Every major breakthrough in human history, every leap forward in our understanding of the universe, had been gently nudged into existence by this ancient guardian. The Galactic Council's decision. Across the galaxy, news of Earth's awakening shield spread rapidly. The Galactic Council, a loose federation of advanced civilizations, convened an emergency session to discuss the implications. The Arturians, beings of pure energy, argued that Earth should be quarantined. The Zenith Collective pushed for direct intervention, seeing humanity as a potential threat. The Quorum of 12 remained neutral, advocating for observation only. But it was the testimony of the Niraxians that changed everything. Ambassador Zix, speaking before the council, revealed what their brief contact with Earth had shown them. "The shield is not just a defensive system," Zix explained. "It's part of something far larger. Earth is not just protected. It's being preserved for a purpose that predates all of our civilizations." The awakening force. As the galactic powers debated, Earth's shield began to evolve. The energy patterns studied by Dr. Rice's team grew more complex, more purposeful. Ancient structures around the world pulsed with new life, revealing technologies beyond human comprehension. In Antarctica, a hidden chamber opened beneath the ice, containing records left by the shield's creators. Dr. Rice and her team worked frantically to decode the information, even as the shield's power continued to grow. Admiral Harrison observed from the enhanced International Space Station as waves of energy rippled through Earth's atmosphere, visible now even to the naked eye. The shield wasn't just defending anymore, it was preparing for something. Then came the invasion. The Zenith Collective, defying the Galactic Council's orders, launched a massive fleet toward Earth. They believed that controlling the shield would give them power over the galaxy itself. But they had gravely miscalculated humanity's true purpose. As the Zenith fleet approached Earth, the shield finally revealed its true nature. It wasn't just a defensive system. It was a key, a tool created by beings who had transcended physical existence itself. These precursors, as Dr. Rice named them, had recognized something unique in Earth's position in the universe. Our planet sat at a cosmic crossroads, a nexus point where the barriers between dimensions were thinnest. The shield hadn't just been protecting Earth, it had been preparing humanity for this moment. Every challenge we'd faced, every obstacle we'd overcome, had been carefully orchestrated to develop specific traits: adaptability, creativity, resilience, and most importantly, empathy. As the Zenith fleet entered our solar system, the shield activated its final protocol. Earth's ancient sites blazed with blinding light, and every human on the planet felt a sudden connection, not just to each other, but to the universe itself. The shield wasn't a weapon. It was a bridge, and humanity was meant to be its custodians. The Zenith fleet found their weapons useless, their ships guided safely away by forces they couldn't comprehend. The shield, now fully awakened, projected a message across the galaxy. Earth was not just another planet to be conquered or studied. It was a sanctuary, a neutral ground where all species could meet in peace. Echoes of the precursors. The Antarctic chamber revealed its secrets gradually. Dr. Reyes and her international team discovered that the crystalline structures lining the walls weren't just decorative. They were data storage devices of incomprehensible density. Each crystal contained the complete history of a civilization that had achieved transcendence under the precursors' guidance. As they decoded more information, a pattern emerged. Earth wasn't the first world to be chosen, but it was meant to be the last. Previous Guardian worlds had fulfilled their purposes and faded into obscurity, their shields dimming as their civilizations ascended to join the precursors in a realm beyond physical existence. The Zenith Collective's invasion fleet had triggered something unprecedented. The shield wasn't just defending Earth anymore. It was integrating with human consciousness on a fundamental level. People worldwide reported strange dreams, visions of distant worlds, and ancient knowledge flooding their minds. In orbit, Admiral Harrison witnessed the transformation firsthand. The energy waves rippling through Earth's atmosphere had begun forming complex geometric patterns, visible from space as massive, shifting mandalas of light. The International Space Station's sensors detected quantum fluctuations that defied known physics. The precursors had left one final message, encoded in a language that could only be understood once humanity had reached this precise moment in its evolution. They hadn't just been protecting Earth. They had been cultivating it, preparing humanity for a role that would reshape the fundamental nature of existence itself. As the Zenith fleet approached, humanity began to understand. The shield wasn't a weapon or a defensive system. It was a key to unlocking the next phase of universal consciousness, and only a species that had developed both technological prowess and deep emotional intelligence could safely wield its power. The precursors had chosen Earth not for its resources or strategic position, but for its potential to nurture beings capable of both rational thought and profound empathy. Every hardship humanity had faced, every challenge we'd overcome, had been carefully orchestrated to develop these dual aspects of our nature. When the Zenith Collective finally breached the solar system's outer boundary, they found themselves facing not just a planetary shield, but a species on the cusp of transcendence. Earth's atmosphere blazed with colors that had no names in human languages, and every person on the planet felt their consciousness expand to embrace new dimensions of reality. The invasion fleet hung motionless in space, their weapons and engines rendered meaningless by forces that operated on levels they couldn't comprehend. And in that moment, humanity took its first steps toward becoming what the precursors had always intended, not just guardians of a single world, but custodians of consciousness itself. Dr. Reyes, standing in the Antarctic chamber as its crystals pulsed with ancient power, finally understood the full scope of the precursors' plan. Earth wasn't just a protected planet. It was the final piece in a grand design billions of years in the making. And now, as the shield merged with human consciousness, that design was reaching its culmination. The age of isolation was ending. Earth would become more than a sanctuary. It would be the birthplace of a new form of existence, one that bridged the gap between physical reality and the realm of pure consciousness where the precursors dwelled. Humanity's journey was just beginning, and the universe itself held its breath to see what we would become. The Universal Symphony. As Earth underwent its transformation, a new understanding spread through the galaxy. The Galactic Council watched in awe as humanity achieved what no other species had managed, a perfect synthesis between technological advancement and spiritual evolution. The Zenith fleet's failed invasion marked the beginning of Earth's emergence as a cosmic nexus. The shield, now fully integrated with human consciousness, began to extend its influence beyond our solar system. But instead of creating barriers, it built bridges. Dr. Rice discovered that the ancient crystals in Antarctica were actually seeds of consciousness, planted by the precursors to bloom when humanity reached the right stage of development. As these seeds awakened, they created a network of quantum connections that spanned the galaxy, linking all sentient beings in a vast web of shared understanding. Admiral Harrison, observing from humanity's first extrasolar outpost near Alpha Centauri, watched as waves of iridescent energy flowed between star systems. The shield had evolved beyond its original purpose, becoming a conductor for what scientists called the Universal Symphony, a harmonious blend of all conscious thought in the galaxy. The Niraxians returned, not as observers this time, but as partners. They had understood, finally, that the precursors' plan wasn't about creating guardians or protectors. It was about fostering a species that could teach others how to transcend their limitations while maintaining their connection to the physical realm. Humanity's unique gift wasn't just our adaptability or resilience. It was our ability to exist in multiple states simultaneously. We could reach for the stars while keeping our feet on the ground, embrace cosmic consciousness while celebrating our individual identities, understand the infinite while cherishing the finite. The ancient chamber in Antarctica transformed into a living university where beings from across the galaxy came to learn the art of balanced existence. The shield's energy, guided by human consciousness, helped other species find their own paths to transcendence without losing their essential nature. The Zenith Collective, humbled by their failed invasion, became some of the most dedicated students. They learned that true power came not from control, but from harmony. Their vast technological knowledge, combined with humanity's guidance, helped create new forms of existence that bridged the gap between physical and spiritual realms. As decades passed, Earth became known throughout the galaxy, not as the planet that couldn't be conquered, but as the world that taught the universe how to sing in harmony. The shield's true purpose was finally fulfilled, not to protect, but to connect. Dr. Rice, in her final years, wrote that humanity's greatest achievement wasn't surviving or evolving, but learning how to help others do the same. We had become what the precursors hoped for, not just students of the Universal Symphony, but its conductors, helping each species find its unique voice in the cosmic chorus. The story of why aliens avoided Earth became a legend told across the galaxy, not a tale of fear or caution, but a story of patience and purpose. The precursors had waited billions of years for a species that could turn a shield into a bridge, transform protection into connection, and teach the universe that true power lies not in dominance, but in harmony. And as new civilizations emerged across the cosmos, they looked to Earth not as a mystery to be solved or a power to be claimed, but as a beacon showing the way toward a future where all consciousness could evolve together, each voice adding its own note to the endless symphony of existence. Legacy of the stars. A century after humanity's transcendence, Earth had become the heart of a new galactic civilization. The Universal Symphony evolved into what became known as the Consciousness Collective, a vast network where physical and transcendent beings could coexist and communicate freely. The Antarctic Chamber, now expanded into a sprawling underground city, served as the central hub for what Dr. Rice's successors called evolutionary harmonics. Here, civilizations at all stages of development could learn to balance technological progress with conscious evolution. The shield's energy had spread throughout the galaxy, not as a defensive barrier, but as a nurturing field that fostered growth and understanding. New species discovering space travel would find themselves gently guided toward Earth, where they could learn from humanity's journey. Admiral Harrison's legacy lived on through the Stellar Guardian program, where human consciousness helped navigate other species through their own transcendence challenges. The program's motto became Guide, Don't Guard, a reflection of humanity's evolved role from protected to protector. The precursors themselves began to manifest more directly, appearing as shimmering constellations of pure thought. They revealed that Earth's success had exceeded even their ancient predictions. Humanity had not just learned to bridge physical and spiritual existence, we had created entirely new forms of consciousness that even they hadn't imagined possible. The Zenith Collective, once would-be conquerors, became humanity's closest allies in exploring these new frontiers of existence. Their technological mastery, combined with Earth's spiritual evolution, led to the creation of consciousness vessels, structures that could house multiple forms of existence simultaneously. The mystery of why aliens had avoided Earth transformed into a celebration of cosmic patience. The universe had waited for a species that could teach others how to evolve without losing their essential nature, how to transcend without abandoning their origins. As new civilizations emerged across the cosmos, Earth's story became their first lesson in universal citizenship. The shield, once a barrier, now served as a welcome sign to all conscious beings seeking to understand their place in the infinite dance of existence. In the end, humanity's greatest achievement wasn't surviving or evolving. It was showing the universe that true advancement comes not from conquering or controlling, but from learning to dance with the infinite while remembering the joy of having feet on the ground. And somewhere in the cosmic web of consciousness, the precursors smiled, knowing that their longest experiment had yielded results beyond their wildest dreams.